Synchronic sip with my average coffee. It's average because it's better than yesterday, but it's worse than tomorrow. Okay, so today Scott Adams was mentioning that alcohol went down and he wanted to attribute it to himself. He does that sometimes, attribute changes in the world to himself. Um, if it's true or not, I don't know. However, in the middle, he noticed that, oh, look at the date, the year, just after the corona, alcohol consumption went down. Actually, specifically wine. So he says, okay, it's not me, or it may be me, but that could be another reason. Now, of course, could be another reason. Could be people went from wine to hard liquor, from wine to beer. Or it could be that people are not locked in anymore. They have other activities. They don't need to consume so much wine. But that trigger a thought in me and says, okay, other stuff that Scott Adams have advocate, for example, stuff with the fentanyl, for example, or even alcohol consumption in generic, any generic issue, specific issue, right? Could be fentanyl or alcohol or anything like that. Could it be another reason? And that made me think, who else wants to advocate for, let's say, against China or against fentanyl or against alcohol or all this stuff that Scott Adams advocate to? And I was thinking, let's say it's not unreasonable that there will be a church or a big church or a network of churches or a mega church that will advocate for the same things. Now, I don't really think that Scott Adams follow, Christianity in any way. He may not, who knows, but he never mentioned it. So, and because he's mentioning pretty much everything, especially in his life, I wouldn't think that's something he would shy with. So, like, he's a secret Christians. He's the most atheist amongst the Christians and the most Christians among the atheists. So, just to conclude, it could be that there's other factors and other organizations that have a loud voice that could advocate for the same things you advocate, and when stuff happen, you think it's you because nobody in your network or anything that you heard about have advocated for the same thing, and then you realize, hey, it's actually if it's reasonable, I would assume somebody else also advocate for that. And again, I don't know. I'm just working assumption. Okay, so so that's I mean, it could be that some followers of him also follow mega church, and they told him. I don't know, maybe he missed it. Just FYI, right? For anybody, as far as human behavior, if we wish for something or pray for something, and it happened, excuse me, it could be that, yes, it is God intervention, and it could be because what you prayed for is part of God's plan, and it's God's plan and also other people's agenda and other people's plan, which means that somebody did something, could be, and you don't even know about them, and then you got your wish fulfilled, right? So I don't want to take away from the divine, uh, but sometimes that's how the divine works, right? It's not unreasonable to think, if there is something that I wish for, and then or pray for, and then or even if I'm atheist, I advocate for, and then it happened, and we think, oh, it's us. There is an old joke with the mouse and an elephant walking in the desert, and the mouse looks back and says to the elephant, "Look how much dust we're raising." Right? So, um, just an FYI. All right, asynchronic SIP.